Fusion Markets.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys, we're going to kick this one off. Thanks again for joining. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Xavier Herrera. I'm the head of sales here at Fusion Markets. Today, I'll be running you through the navigation of TradingView. It's a really exciting project that our business has been working on over the past few months, and an integration that we're really proud of. So this will be all about tips and tricks for success and making sure that you're comfortably and confidently able to trade using our TradingView system. Again, my name is Xavier, and I guess this session will just guide you through a lot of the basics of TradingView. TradingView is an extremely powerful platform. It enables you, to chart, do in-depth technical analysis. There's fundamental analysis too, and it really is a great tool to add into your arsenal as a trader, given the amount of features that TradingView offers. So one of the most prominent platforms there is globally, and we're very, very excited to introduce this one. I'm just going to show this disclaimer just for a few minutes. Please take the time to read through it. Just bear in mind that any or all the information here is general advice, not personal advice. So you just need to make sure it's right for you. But everything here today will be general in nature and doesn't consider your personal circumstances, risk tolerances, or financial situation. So I'll just give you a couple of moments to get through that, and then I'll go through a bit of background on TradingView. All right, fantastic. I think that's enough of the compliance stuff. We can get into it. Wonderful. So why TradingView? You're probably asking yourself, why TradingView? Why has Fusion Markets, decided to go with TradingView? Well, as I mentioned, it's one of the most prominent platforms there is globally. And with this integration, you can trade directly through your chart. So, one of the things that our traders wanted was TradingView, but giving them the capacity to actually trade through charts and do their analysis on their charts through TradingView is something that all of our traders wanted. TradingView also offers, hundreds of pre-built indicators, and it offers 100,000 public indicators. TradingView is huge on community. They're a very community-centric focused group. So there'll often be times you'll be chatting with other traders, looking at trade ideas and sharing, public indicators. And that's what really makes this platform special. TradingView is also available on desktop, tablet, and mobile. So you've got, a platform wherever you go at any time. It's a fantastic offering, and we're really happy to see it come through on tablet, desktop, and mobile. There's some advanced charting tools as well. As I mentioned, it's one of the largest social trading networks, and there's, sensational flexibility in terms of alerts and news. So that's one of the many reasons that we've gone with TradingView. Just a little bit of a wrap on Fusion Markets. As most of you know, why Fusion Markets? There are plenty of reasons why people come to us, but these are some of the most prominent reasons traders come through to Fusion Markets. Number one being our low-cost trading. Fusion Markets is one of the lowest cost brokers in the industry. We come in at about 30% lower cost than our competitors, and something that we're really, really proud of. We've championed that ethos throughout all facets of our business, whether it's, minimum account sizes, no deposits, no fees on deposits, no fees on withdrawals, extremely tight spreads, and super competitive swap rates. So you'll notice that Fusion Markets truly does champion out this low-cost ethos throughout all facets of our business, and it's part of the reason that we're, known to be one of Australia's top brokers, and had so much success in such a short amount of time. We also offer copy trading via Fusion Plus, free US share CFD trading, and we're a regulated broker with ASIC, which is our tier 1 license, and the VFSC. And we've recently acquired another license. It is another tier 1 license, but we haven't gone public on that one just yet. So I'll keep that one a secret safe with me just for now. But we are in the process of acquiring a number of other licenses, which we're super proud of. Fantastic. Before I do get started, I do want to let you know that for those who have joined today, and I think we've probably got around 100 guests here. We've got 45 guests here, and we've had a couple of hundred people who have subscribed for this webinar. There are a couple of exclusive offers that I wanted to let you know about, but you do have to stay throughout the entirety of this webinar. It's something that you won't find anywhere else. It's something really special that we're doing, given that this is our latest integration. So stick around, make sure you stay right until the end, because we've got something really special for you. There's actually two really special things. So make sure you stick around, and once I do reveal what that is, you'll have the chance to speak with your trading specialist, your account manager, or speak with our 24/7 support team to get all the details on how to take full advantage of this one. But it really is going to help you kickstart your experience with TradingView, and yeah, something that our marketing team has put together, which we're enormously proud of. And just before I get into it, I'm going to conduct a really quick poll. So I do just have a question for everyone, just to understand what everyone's, I guess, participation is, or what your proficiency in TradingView is. So I'm just going to launch this poll here, just to get an understanding of how you rate your TradingView proficiency, just to know if we've got some new traders, some intermediate traders, or some absolute experts. So I'll just launch that one now. And if you can, just click the button there. You should see that pop up, and you'll see that there's a couple of different answers that you can plug in there. So I'll give you guys a moment. Wow, some great participation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Excellent. So it looks like we've got some TradingView wizards, which is extraordinary. That's fantastic. You guys can probably show me a few things. We've got some people that are pretty good, some that know the basics, and the majority of our traders here today are beginners. So about 45%, in that beginner or basics level. So that's wonderful. This is exactly for you wizards, and for you traders that are quite good with it. Hopefully I've got a couple of tidbits for you as well. But of course you do have that special offer at the end that I'll let you know about. So there is going to be something here for everyone. So I'll just end that poll, and then we can get right into it. I'll share the results so everyone can have a look. Brilliant. Okay. So we'll start with just the TradingView main page. So I'm just going to bring that up here. What you need to do is just obviously navigate to tradingview.com. So as you can see here, this will bring up your TradingView page. There's already a lot here that you can go through, and there is to see. So as you're going through this, I recommend for you to open up TradingView, have these things open. If you've got a TradingView account with us, I'll run you through how to get connected and everything from this page. But let me just run you through the main page. So we've got our products, we've got super charts. This is just charts. It's a really fancy name for charts. You've got your screeners here. Screeners are fantastic for finding different opportunities in the market. It's often what your fund managers will use, those that are looking at stocks, individual equities, etc. The great news is that it's not just limited to stocks. You've got stocks, ETFs, forex, crypto, etc. You've also got heat maps, which is one of my favorites. I'll actually open this one up because it's probably something that you've seen before if you're watching Bloomberg TV or something similar, where you're getting these sector breakdowns of what's happening in different markets. So, for example, if we're looking at technology and service, we've got, Google, we've got Meta, we've got all the big names here, and we're looking at the heat maps. What's happening? Are we, seeing all green, or are you seeing a bit of red? Oftentimes when there's, big dips in the market and, the US 500 is down, you might see a sheet of red. And that really highlights what's going on a much, on a macro scale. And, we often do refer to TradingView as the Bloomberg for retail and institutional traders. And it's because of these types of tools. Absolutely fantastic. We've got economic calendars. I'm sure all of you probably have had a look at economic calendars in the past. These are available here. You can see all your main data, anything that's upcoming, that's already passed, today, tomorrow, etc. And you can filter these out if you're, living in a different state, or sorry, I should say a country. You can, customize this to be your own time zone to make sure that you're seeing this relevant to you in your time zone. You can also add in some filters for the high, for important. So if you want to see only important data, as some of you may know, there's probably some big inflation numbers that are coming out, CPI data that is something that's been on everyone's agenda. It's been spoken about in the US, quite widely, just because of the considerations that it will have on interest rate markets. So moving on, we've got options trading. This is a beta project that TradingView has launched. Fusion Markets doesn't offer options just yet, but it is a really cool way for you to understand how options work. In this, and when this loads up, you'll be able to see the current P&L, the expiration, the Vega, the intrinsic value of your options here, and you've got a whole lot of different things that you can look at: short straddles, butterflies. For those of you who are options traders, this is something that you will find enormously helpful. So I'll go back to the main page again. Again, you can see community. I'm going to be mentioning community a lot because Fusion Markets and TradingView are huge on their community. You can see here that they've got a leap competition. I believe this is a trading competition that they've recently launched, and they've got up to $45,000 in prize pool cash. There are trade ideas. So if you're wanting to look at, traders that you follow, trending ideas, video ideas, you can find all of that there. So, when you're using TradingView, there'll never be a time where you'll not know what's going on or not have an idea. There's always actionable things happening here. And that's what we really love about TradingView. You can find trading ideas. So I'm not going to go through all of these just because we are short. We don't want to, we've got a lot to get through, so I'm not going to go through all of these sections, but I urge you to come on here and have a play around with these. You've got educational ideas, so trading tools, trading plans, risk management, psychology, all of the really important things that beginner traders need to understand before they make their first trade. Oftentimes traders can, not understand what to do or how to take their first trade because they're not sure how much they're risking. So having a strong risk management plan, understanding those psychological factors that play into trades will really help you feel the confidence to get started and make that first trade. And for those of you who are already trading, these risk management tools will really help out. You've also got scripts. So scripts are fantastic. I'm not sure if anyone's a coder here or has experience with Python, but TradingView uses what's called Pine scripts, and you can create, I guess, automated indicators, expert advisors, if you will, that will help you trade the markets and do so in an automated fashion. Fantastic. So that's some of the main features here. You've also got the markets, so you can see, country market specific. You can see stocks, ETF, all of these things here. News, so what's happening in the news, what's happening across the globe, corporate activity, analysis, forecasts and estimates. You might be looking at earnings, just a bunch of different things. So those are the main ones there, just covering this main page. And I'll just skip back to our PowerPoint. And that's our main page. So the next thing that I want to run you through is for those of you that do have a Fusion Markets TradingView account, we're going to actually show you how to get stuck into it, how to connect Fusion Markets and make sure that the pricing you receive is Fusion Markets pricing. This is super important, and we want to make sure that you're using the right pricing. Otherwise, if you're conducting your analysis, you might be looking at, a slightly different pricing. You might be looking at a futures product as opposed to a cash product. I can see a few questions that are coming through. So I'll just answer those quickly before I show you this. Will Fusion Markets be posting trade ideas? Fantastic question. Yes, Fusion Markets will be posting their own trade ideas. It's something that we're very keen on doing. So we'll post those as often as we can. So make sure to follow Fusion Markets. That'll be some fantastic ideas that we put together. So thanks for that question. Can I trade crypto CFDs on TradingView? Yes, absolutely. You can definitely trade crypto CFDs on TradingView. We offer quite a wide range of products, crypto products that you can trade with phenomenal pricing. We've actually already adjusted some of our pricing. We've got much tighter pricing on crypto. So something fantastic there. Excellent. All right, Yong, I've got your question here that you can't find Fusion Markets Broker in TradingView. I'll show you how to source that and actually how to find that source there. Really great question. And just the last one here from Melville. Do we have to pay for TradingView? TradingView is free. And there is something special, as I mentioned before. So we do have something in our back pocket for you. There are some paid versions, and Fusion Markets has partnered with TradingView to offer these to you. But I don't want to give too much away, Melville, so I have to make you wait until the end there, until I answer that one. Cool. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is answer your question, Yong, and I think we had one from Matt there as well. Just show you how to filter for Fusion Markets pricing. So as you come in here, you can do a search. Now you can see here, you've got a whole number of different brokers here, but what you can do is change your sources. So the best thing to do is just click that sources button that you see here, sources, and just type in Fusion Markets. As soon as I type that in, everything that I'm looking at will be, sorry, I should say everything that I'm looking at that we offer will be Fusion Markets. The other thing that you can do is once you've got those sources added in, it will automatically show you all of our pricing in those specific asset classes. So we've got indices, crypto, Forex. So you'll be able to easily find those sources here. And I would recommend that all of our traders that are here today come through and add that source in, and that way you're not getting confused and pulling up someone else's pricing. This one is imperative. So please make sure to do that. So now we'll move on to actually opening up a chart. You can see that I've added the source. So let's just go ahead and open the euro dollar. It's one of the most popular pairs. So we're just going to launch that one now. All right, cool. I've got one of my fancy charts here. I'm just going to go to something a little bit more boring. So just a plain white chart. Cool. Excellent. All right. So now what we're going to do is actually connect up an account. So you might be thinking, how do I get connected up? How do I actually place a trade through here? So you've got your steps. You're basically opening this up and you're finding your broker. So you want to go to the trading panel just here. And what you can do is just stretch this up a little bit just with this line and you can find your broker. So you just want to scroll down and you can see that Fusion Markets here is listed 5th. What you can do is just click Fusion Markets. You can see that I've pre-populated my demo account and I'm just going to pop in my password. Now, I will say for our Australian clients, we may show up here on the 5th option. But if you're an international client, what I would recommend if you don't see Fusion Markets listed in this top 5, scroll down, Yong, and this might be for you here, and click See All Brokers. Once you do that, you'll see a full list of brokers pop up, and then you might just say, type in Fusion, and then you'll automatically see this pop up here. So we've got Fusion Markets there, and that's the way that you can connect Fusion Markets trading account to the Fusion Markets platform here. So we'll just go through and I'll just pop in my password here. Just a moment. Fantastic. So I've just popped in my password. I'm just going to connect. Got my excellent. Fantastic. All right. So the way that you'll know that you've successfully connected is that you'll see the Fusion Markets logo pop up here. You'll also see your account number and you'll see what account currency it's in. So as you can see, I've got my demo account open, the account number's here, and I pre-populated a trade earlier today just to have that in there for the purposes of this webinar. So you'll see that load up. So that's how you know you've got your account balance here, your equity, your profit, you know you've logged in correctly. So that's the main one there. So if you do have any trouble with these steps, please get in contact with your trading specialist, your account manager, our 24/7 support team. They will be sure to help you through this, but I'm sure you'll be okay. I've just got one more question that's popped up. Oh, yeah, really great question there. So I had a couple of questions here where clients are saying that they've had a C Trader email when they joined TradingView through Fusion Markets. That's a really great question there. So Fusion Markets has actually used C Trader as our backend to integrate into TradingView. What that means is when you sign up for a TradingView account, you will receive C Trader details. It will say your C Trader account number and your password, but at the top of the email, it'll actually say these are your TradingView login details. Now, you don't have to download C Trader. You don't need to do any of that. Just use that login and use that password and enter it right into that step here, the connect step, and you'll be able to connect easily through TradingView. All we're doing is the pricing is feeding through C Trader to TradingView. That's all. It's just the backend integration. So you can just go ahead and select your TradingView account and use those details that come through. All right, brilliant. Thanks for the questions. I'll continue on. All right, now we're going to go through the TradeView chart interface. So things like drawing tools, price charts, library, time phrase, customizable settings. We're going to go through everything front to back. So we'll probably start on this side here. I'll work my way up top and then we'll go to the left side on the drawing tools. And sorry, I should mention, I do want to go through the chart settings as well. So look, I think it's really important, and one thing that I'm big on is being able to customize my own chart. So I'm just going to hide that there so you get a good look at my screen. And through here, you'll see that there are a variety of options that I can use to customize my chart. To bring this menu up, you just want to right click And you can see that I've got a bunch of different settings here. So if I want to, change the body and the colors of my candles here, I might want to change to purple and red, or something different. I can do that. So for the purposes of this, we'll just go to a black just to make things nice and easy. And you can really easily come in and change this to black. You've got some great options to customize your charts here and all the colors that you need. And that's one thing that makes TradingView very exciting. You can do everything that you want, and you can do it in a free account. It's fantastic. You can also come in here and update a bunch of different things on the status line. The status line is this side here, and some information up here. So you might want to say, I want to see bar volume all the time. I want to see the last day change values. I want to see descriptions or ticker descriptions up the top. There's a bunch of different things that you can do on that status line. You've also got the option to scale for scales and lines. This is just no overlapping labels. Again, we're talking about this side here. Countdown bar to close. So, if you're for example, a day trader, and you can see that I've got the daily chart open, I know that I've got 9 hours and 36 hours left until that next candle ticks over. You can get a variety of different information here. So fantastic settings here. You can also look at your canvas, and this is one that I love. You can change your gradient. So, for example, I might want to have, a nice gray image here, or maybe I want to go a deep black and something a bit more extravagant, maybe a nice little pink in there. That doesn't look the greatest, but you can see that you do have these options to customize. For now, I'm just going to keep these as white as white. You can add in things like grid lines, and you can make these grid lines, have strong opacity or no opacity, so you can really customize that out. And if you want to change the color, feel free to do so. You can see that I've got the vertical and horizontal grid lines there that I can change and customize. You've got crosshairs. You can choose how you want your crosshair to look. A variety of different options. You've got text that you can increase in size if you want to make your text bigger. I know, personally, I'm not wearing my glasses today, but sometimes I do need to pop them on because it gets a little bit too hard to read. So wearing those glasses is fantastic. And increasing those text sizes is fantastic. You don't have to wear your glasses. So a brilliant one there. Excellent. On the trading side of things, you've got your buy and sell button. So this is often referred to as your one-click trading, your instant order placement. If I want to come in here, I might be scalping. I might see a great opportunity on the CPI data. I want to come in and press and execute right away. This is where I have my instant orders and buy sell button. So I can just quickly place trades, get in and out of those trades, and take advantage of those market movements. There's execution labels. There's a bunch of different things that you can pop in here. And then you've got events. This is great for the news traders that we probably do have here. I'll load something up here just so you get a really good idea of what you can see. But just at the bottom here, you can see that there are a number of flags. These flags are relevant to the euro and the US markets. And if I go, I want to see, I've unticked only future events. You can see that this populates everything under here. And what this is showing is all of the high, medium, and low impact news events that can actually tend to move around these markets and what is actually having an impact on these markets. So I personally like to only see future events, what's coming up that's actually going to impact these markets. And if I do click these, it does give me a little bit of a breakdown of what's coming and what's expected. So you can see, great, I need to be across this core inflation data. It's going to be year on year, month on month. What's the forecast? What's the previous? And what's the actual? It's going to show me this data as it comes through, and you'll most likely see that price move around if it's something that's unexpected. So that's just the basics here of everything that you can do on your chart setting. Do we have any questions? I might just stop right there. Okay, no questions. Salvatore, io non parlo il italiano molto bene, so you'll have to speak with our support team. Per favore, grazie. All right, so okay. Great. Okay, fantastic. We'll keep going through there. Thanks for the questions. Can you backtest on TradingView? You absolutely can, Eduardo. I will show you how to do that. That'll come towards the in around a 10 or 15 minutes. So I'll try to get through this, and then we will go through back testing. It's an amazing feature. All right, wonderful. The next part that we'll go through is this side menu on the right. Just give me a moment. I'll just pop this one up. Okay, so what we've got here are our watch lists. You can see here that I've already partially organized something, and I've named my watch list Xavier, as per my name, but you can name this anything that you want, and you can add in different things. So let's just say, for example, I want to add in a symbol, and I've just started trading crypto markets. So, I want to really have a good idea of what, Bitcoin, Solana, and what Ethereum are doing. I think they're probably some of the bigger coins, and maybe I'm even looking at Doge, one of those, the meme coins in there. You can see that they've just populated here. It doesn't look too nice. I've got my indices pair there. So what I want to do is I'm going to add in a section. So if I click this settings here and I say add in a section, I can drag this section down just above BTC, and I can rename this section just by double clicking, and I might rename this section crypto, just keeping it super simple. Great. So now that I can see I've got my crypto here, my indices, and my Forex. These are my favorite markets, and I know it's going to make it super easy. I don't have to navigate to the top of the screen to search anymore. I've got my favorite markets here, and I can just click and they will open up as I need. And if I want to open up multiple charts, I can do that too. There is an option here to open up multiple charts. I'll just have to find that option there. I might have to go through that. Yeah, here we go. So you can see if I want, 2 charts, for example, I can click, one on this side, and let's just say I want to see the Aussie USD, for example. There's some big news coming out, and I want to see crypto. So I can have both of those charts showing up at once. Fantastic. I'll just go back to single mode now, just for the purposes of this, but that's a nice little tidbit there. You can have as many as you want. It's a fantastic feature there. All right, brilliant. So now you know how to add in your watch list and what, how you can customize them. There's also some advanced features. I'm just going to click this view. It's going to take me somewhere else, but I think it does give some really great insights as to what you can do and how powerful TradingView is. So you can see in this advanced list, as I scroll down to, the US 100, I can see the price change. I can see the volume. I can see things like market cap. That will probably be more relevant if you're looking at individual equities. The financial side, there isn't much populated here. Again, that's going to be for your individual equities. And you can see that there'll be revenue numbers, EPS, price to earnings ratio, beta, dividends, yield, a bunch of different information here that you can use. Performance over 1 week, performance over the month, year to date, etc. You can understand what your symbols are doing over the long term to really get a strong idea and a strong gauge of what's happening in those markets. You've got risk and technical side of things. And the technical side of things are, some ratings. There could be a moving average rating, an RSI, and an indicative action based on what's happening on those technical ratings there. So I will just go back for the meantime. Just a moment. I'll just load that one up. Fantastic. From there, what you've got is alerts, and you've got a bunch of different alerts. So let's just say, for example, I'm looking at, let's use the Australian dollar, and I want to put a ray here, right? And we think, as soon as price passes this point, I'll just make this a straight one for us, makes that a little bit easier. We've got a horizontal line. Yeah, perfect. So we're coming to look here and we say, all right, what we think here is once price passes this level, we want to get an indication of what's happened. So what I can do is add in an alert. So I'm going to add in an alert, and I'm going to say when the price passes 0.66698, I want to be alerted. So you've got a few different options here. You can go crossing up, which means the price is coming from below and across this blue line. Crossing down, which means it's crossed over and then come down. Or just crossing. So I'm just going to keep it simple, and as soon as it crosses in some way, shape, or form, I want to be alerted. So I'm just going to call this the Aussie USD support cross. Sorry, that resistance cross. Great. And I'm going to set that price at 0.66698. Create. So now you can see I've got a bunch of active alerts here, and when price actually crosses these levels, I'm going to be alerted. And you might be asking yourself, how are you going to get alerted about these? So if I click this cog here and go to the notification settings, there are a few different options for how I'll be alerted. So there'll be a pop-up that's shown on my screen. I can send an email to myself, and that will be my email that I've signed up with TradingView for, and I'll play a sound. There's a bunch of other things that you can do, but for me, I find these to be the most effective ways for me to get those alerts and actually start to make a decision on what I want to do. So we'll just save that and we'll leave those for now. Then we've got layering. So you can see that I added something in. I added in this horizontal ray. I might just add in something else just for the purposes of showing you how this works. So I've added in some Bollinger Bands here. I've got my ray as well. And you can see that this object tree highlights what I've got here. And I can really, really easily clean these up just by opening up this and say, actually, you know what? I just want a plain chart now. Open up the layers, and all I'm going to do is delete those out. If I don't want to delete them out, I could have also made them invisible. So I'll just show you how that looks. We'll add in that Bollinger Band. Let's just say I don't want to delete it because I might, bring it back in just a second. I can just hide that here, and that, is going away. All right, so we'll just leave that in there for now. We've also got the hot lists. So hot lists are fantastic. You've probably heard there's a bit of action going on GameStop at the moment. It's one of the meme stops that was involved in the short squeeze. And you can see here that I've picked the New York City Exchange, and I'm looking at percentage change gainers. So if I am someone that's looking at stocks on an individual basis, I can come in and say, all right, what are our biggest gainers? What are our biggest losers? And what markets am I interested in? So for me, the two most relevant ones are the New York Stock Exchange and the Australian Stock Exchange. So what I've done is looked at percentage gainers and percentage losers. This will give me an indication as to what prices are moving down and what are moving up in these respective indexes, or in these respective exchanges. So you can see here, GameStop's a huge one. As I'm sure you're aware, GameStop had some big moves up. It's up 60%, and I think the day before it might have been up 70%. So this will really help me to figure out what's happening in those markets and what those biggest gainers are. Maybe I want to jump on the momentum-based side of things. Maybe I don't. Maybe I want to steer completely clear. It just helps you to remain informed, so you're able to make good decisions when you are trading. The next section that you'll see is this bulb here, and these are actually our trading ideas. So we got a question before. The question was, will Fusion Markets be posting trade ideas? Short answer to that is yes, we'll most certainly be posting these ideas, but we just haven't been super active just yet. We're just trying to get our clients involved and make sure that they're supremely confident, informed, and can really work on the platform for now. The other option here is chats. So as I mentioned, huge community, and there's always going to be people talking on the chats here. So you'll see people talking about meme stocks, whatever it may be, there's always a chat going on. Now you can have private chats, and this might be between you and a friend or someone that you're following. It could be a public chat. You've got this option to discuss, what's happening, new markets, trade ideas, a bunch of different things. You've also got excuse me, the public ideas stream. In here, you can see, you've got a For You, which is a basic algorithmic stream that comes through to you. People might be talking about different trades. In here, we've got the Nifty, which is an Indian exchange, and they're looking at some intraday levels for the 14th of May. You've got premium idea here on semiconductors, Bitcoins, USD CAD, so a whole slew of ideas. And last but not least is just the notification setting. So, notifications, you might receive these, as I mentioned, based on an alert or a friend request or a trade idea. There are a lot of different options here on that one. Okay, I'll just take a brief pause. I can see that I've got a couple of questions that are coming through. Just let me get to those. Where can we find community scripts? Okay, that's a great question, Matthew. So you can find community scripts. They are available. There are things like indicators that you can find here, and you can see that there's a section called community. So in this section, you'll be able to find some community scripts. As I mentioned, there is a bunch of different things that people like to make available when they do share these. So you can come in and look for, different things that might not be there. Thinking of an example, you might say, a pivot point, for example, one of my favorite things to trade off. And there's going to be a bunch of different community pivot points that people have come together collectively to make and share. And some of these are really fantastic. So really great question there. And I will come back to this section and go into this one in a little bit more detail. But yeah, fantastic question. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. All right. Excellent. So, Javier, I can see that you wanted to know where you can see your current orders. Great question. So if I just click this button here, Fusion Markets, once I've logged in, you can see here that I've got my current orders. So in this bottom section, by clicking Fusion Markets, it pops that up. You can see I've got my position. So, if I open up the USD JPY, which is one of my symbols, you'll be able to see that I've got, a current position there. So we'll just open that up and just run you through this. Perfect. Great. Okay. So you can see that I've got the USD JPY. I've gone long on this trade at the moment because it's seen some good momentum upwards. I can see you've got my average fill price, take profit, stop loss if I want to set those, trailing stops, profit margins, current price, commission swaps, etc., etc. If I want to close that trade, all I do is close that trade here. If I want to protect the position, I can do that. Or there are some really great functions just to be able to adjust your stop losses just by dragging and dropping. So if I come in here and I, foresee that my stop loss to be around this level, I can see that based on my trade size, my quantity, when I drag this down, it's giving me a numerical value in Australian dollars. Really great if you're wanting to understand how much risk you're putting down per trade. So I can see that if I adjust my stop loss to here, I'm looking at about $45. And you can see that that's adjusted, and now I have my stop loss in place, and I can do the same for my take profit. I can put my take profit target in at $56, for example, and you can see those are placed. So you will see your orders, the take profits and stop losses here as working orders. Just something to note, you've also got your history, your account summary, and a notifications log. So I hope that answers your question there. All right, fantastic. All right, let's move on into our next section here. So I'm actually going to go through some of the drawing tools. Sorry, no, I will not. I'll go back here. Just wanted to quickly add in, we do have there are some inbuilt features around efficiency and accessibility. So things that you can do to quickly and easily move through charts. You've got shortcuts that you can personalize yourself. There are some built-in shortcuts. I personally like the built-in ones, especially when I just want to quickly undo something. I can, control set and go through that. But please jump onto the TradingView or Fusion Market Support section there, and you'll be able to see what those shortcuts are. All right, cool. Excellent. We've gone through all of these. Wonderful. Okay. So I'm just going to go through that top section in the chart types. So this is a really great one, and I might actually just change it to one of my default screens as I go through this. We're just going to go through this top section here. So chart type. So here you've got this top section, and it's one of my favorite sections. You can really make it look really neat, and you can customize it. And TradingView has got some amazing features here. So you've got your traditional stuff like your bars. You can also come in here and you've got hollow candles if you like to look at hollow candles. But something that they've recently come through with is a volume candle, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So what you can see here is that it might be a subtle difference, but you can see here that some of these candles are actually wider than the rest. So this candle, for example, is much wider than the candle that you see here. And the reason for that is that these candles are experiencing much more volume than the previous candles or the candles that are here. So not only are these providing you with that price detail, but you also get that volume detail. It's almost a 3D type of trading in a sense that, you can see what the volume is, you can see what the price is, and then you can start to analyze your market. So a really great feature that they've added in, one of our favorites for sure. You can also come in super simple and just look at lines. If I want to look at this over a 5-year time frame, I can do so, and I can adjust this to 1 day to really get a good grasp of what's going on. I can zoom out, I can really squish stuff in if I want to. There's a bunch of different things that I can do here to make sure that, we've got a good idea as to, what's happening. This will really help me to pick my support levels, my resistance levels, a really great feature that we have here. You've got area charts. If you ever wanted to use an area chart, you might be looking at bonds or yield pricing, and that's where you typically see area charts. And you've also got some really great features around Heikin-Ashi and Renko or point and figure. So Renko charts are fantastic. They really do help to take a lot of the noise out of the market and really helps for those momentum-based traders that are looking for those support and resistance levels, or looking at things like Dow theory, where you're picking those highs and lows and constantly looking at those. So here it really does help to look at this rising flag pattern, for example, that you can see here on the Euro USD over a longer time frame. Without that Renko there, it does, get a little bit loud, and it sometimes can be harder to see those things. You've also got your point and figures. So I'm not sure if anyone has done any study of their own, but this is the old way in which, charts were created back when they used to use chalk and pen and paper. So a really cool feature there. I think this is a great one. And, you've got your range charts here as well. Cool. So you've got some range charts here too. Personally, I do like the volume candles, so I'm just going to leave it as this for now. You can also change your time frame. So what we can see here is, what do I want to see my candles in? Do I want to see them in 1 minute? And you can see here that it's starting to break things down into 1 minute time frames. Or do I want to look at this on a 1 hour? So we want to see 1 hour candles. Again, you've got a huge array of optionality here. We can go back to our day. Typically, that's what we have, traders trade off. So we'll go back to that day there, and you can adjust the length of time that appears at the bottom. So if I go to 1 month, this will go down to what we have is a 1 month time frame. We've got 6 month here. That will widen out that time frame. And if I want to go, 1 year, it will, truly widen out that time frame again. So I'm just going to double click here to neaten it up and make that look nice. You've also got indicators up top, so you can add in different indicators. I will go through this a little later as well, just to run you through some of our favorite indicators. But you've got favorites, personals, technicals, financials, and you can even save indicator templates. So I've loaded something up before, but I've got a basic indicators list that I like to run. That includes things like an RSI, which will really help me to see overbought and oversold regions. I've got my Bollinger Bands, which help with when prices are coming back to their mean, mean regression trading there, and able to see that volume. Really, really important. So again, I'm going to just remove this. I'll go through my layers here and just take this off, just to keep things nice and simple. But again, yeah, that's that top part here. And I will go through this replay, or this bar replay, but I will just do that in a moment after I've gone through some other sections. Okay. Excellent. Perfect. So we've gone through our indicators. Sorry, we'll go through this left side now, and this is where I'll discuss some more indicators there. So just a moment, and we'll go through that. Perfect. All right. Actually, might skip past the indicator side of things, and we'll go into our drawing tools here. So this is our left side of our screen, this side here. Okay. Perfect. So on this side of the screen, what you can see is there are a bunch of different options, and this is what I call the drawing sides. So for you technical analysis traders in here, this is what you can use as the drawing side of TradingView. So we'll start by running you through a couple of different things, and I'll introduce you to some of these drawing tools. So the first one here, I might actually split out my page just to highlight this feature. And we've got Euro USD. So let's just say, for example, I'm drawing on my chart, and I don't have to draw on this chart and draw on that chart. This is where these features come in. So for example, if I'm drawing, and let's just say I want to put a smiley face because I've had a fantastic trade, but I wanted that to sync to the other side. What I would do here is click this sync button, and I want it to sync globally. And the next time that I add something in here, it should theoretically show on my other chart. You can see, there you go, angry face when I've taken a bad trade. That's how I look, guys. It's not a great look. So that's how you add in this, and that's what that sync is there for. It enables you to have multiple things drawn onto your chart at one time. So it really just helps you save a little bit of time. You know, for example, if I wanted to add in, let's just say, what's a nice one to add in here? You know, maybe even just an arrow marker. If I wanted to come in and, you know, I could see that price was coming down, it will do this across both sides of my screen. So it really just makes things simple. So I'll just remove everything for now, but that's what this sync does. It just helps you sync things onto multiple different charts. So I've just taken the sync off for now. We'll go back to one chart again. What you can do here is hide drawing. So, you know, if I am drawing something on here, I might just draw something very briefly, just a retracement line here. Great, I've got that retracement, and let's just say, you know, I want that to be gone, and I want it to be gone quickly. I just click that, it appears and it disappears. Now, this is going to be great if you've got multiple indicators on your chart. There's a lot happening, and you just want to clear out some of that noise. That's when you can come in here and hide them, but without actually deleting your work. So a really great feature when you are actually drawing. So we'll remove that one too. And you've got lock all drawings, as I'm sure a lot of you would be aware. When you are placing things onto your chart and, you know, things are getting a little bit crazy, you don't necessarily want, you know, things to stuff up. You know, you've got, you're always constantly touching your screen, and you might accidentally grab this and, you know, shift it around, and you put a lot of effort into, you know, getting it in the right place. So that's where this lock screen comes in. Now that it's in there, I can touch it, but I can't move it around. So that's where that lock screen comes in super, super handy. So I'll just get rid of that one there as well. Stay in drawing mode. So this one's a fantastic feature. Instead of, you could see me here a moment ago when I was doing that trend line, I had to go back and forth to actually go in here. When I'm in drawing mode, it enables me to stay in drawing mode, so I can easily plot out what's happening here, and I don't have to keep going back to this menu. So I can really easily come in here, do what I need to do, and add that in a drawing mode there. So I'm just going to get rid of this one as well. Fantastic. Oh, beautiful. We'll just get rid of this one, and we'll get out of drawing mode. As you can see, it is important that you do get out of that and delete everything that's in there. Perfect. All right, this one's excellent. This is essentially your snap magnet. So if you are coming in and you're looking at tops and bottoms, for example, you know, I'll come in here and draw another trend line, and it's going to snap onto those levels. So instead of you having to get it right, it's going to snap in. So let's just say, for example, I want it snapping to that top level. It will come in there and snap those levels for you. Just really going to make things a lot easier. And it's all about ease. So, you know, TradingView has put a lot into its utility and making sure that you're getting the most out of the platform. So these features are just in there to enable you to, you know, quickly snap in. You can see here it's snapping across on different things here. Wonderful. Right. So we've also got the zoom feature. This zoom feature is excellent, perhaps when you're looking at longer time frames, but even shorter time frames, and you're wanting to know exactly what's happening. Maybe if you're a candle analyst and you're just wanting to look at a subset of candles here, but having that zoomed in, you can highlight this candle and then you're going to zoom in here. And you might be looking at things like, you know, a hammer pattern, or you know, a shooting star pattern, just different types of patterns that you want to know what's going on. That's where that zoom feature comes in and gives you the capacity to analyze things in a zoomed in, that micro level, just to give you an indication of what's happening. You've also got the measure tool. Let's just say, for example, that I want to measure, you know, the range between here and here, you know, this bottom section here, and just understand what's happened here from this top to this bottom. What it enables me to do is to see how many bars have passed between here and here. You know, what is the price change currently, and what was the volume across that period? So a really great feature as well. As I mentioned, you've got the smiley faces, you've got the emojis. You know, it is a big community, and oftentimes people add in their emoji. They let a bit of their personality, you know, show here, and I think that's wonderful. That's what makes this exciting, and it's what makes this this community really great, and it's why it's one of the most popular platforms globally. You've also got your text boxes if you want to add those in, so you can click a text box, and maybe you want to call out you know, a certain price label or a price note, or just something there. You know, you might have been looking at a trade and say, you know, this is where I was going to be selling, sell here. And you might be sharing this with one of your friends or, someone else to say, this is where I was selling, this is where you should have been in. And, it's great if you caught that move, but great if you're not. And oftentimes what you'll use these drawing tools is to actually post your own trade ideas, to get involved in that community, or just help you with your own analysis. You've also got the arrow functions here. These are just different things that you can add in here to help you with your drawings. You can highlight, you can brush, you can do a bunch of different things. You can also add in long positions. So let's just say, for example, I was going to take a long position here. You can see that I can add in my risk and reward. I can drag and drop these, and I can understand where my target levels are. So I can see here now I've got a risk and reward of 2.2 as opposed to coming back here, and now I've got essentially a negative risk and reward. So it just helps you to come here and understand, exactly where your levels are and where you're hoping to be. So a really great feature again. Perfect. Okay. Wonderful. So I've gone through our long positions. There are also some really cool things that you can do in terms of your technical side of things. I'm not sure if we have any Elliott wave traders here. I know that this is a bit more of a complex type of trading style, but certainly one that is popular amongst our traders at Fusion Markets. So you can come in here and you can do your Elliott wave patterns if you want. You can super easily come in and just draw. So you go A, B, C, D. I'm no Elliott wave professional, so excuse the poor Elliott wave theory here. But yeah, fantastic feature nonetheless. You've also got fib retracement levels. So these Fibonacci levels are something that I certainly am familiar with, and one that I certainly like to trade off. So if I'm looking at these levels here, from this top to this bottom, you might be coming in and saying, all right, what's going to be happening here? And, how is this going to affect my trade? We can see here, I've got that 38.2 level, which is a, supremely important level, and it's actually broken that level. And right here at that green line, we've got that 50% level. And this level often acts as a point of resistance to traders for something, just another feature that you can add in really quite simply and easily. So I'll just remove that for the time being. And as I mentioned here, you've got your trend lines. You can draw things like parallel channels, which make it really easy to come in and draw your channels. Another super feature. Excellent. So I am running a little low on time, guys. So I want to skip through these last couple of points and get to everyone's questions. We've got a couple of other things that I want to run you through, and one of them is our Pine editor. So I have taken the time to write out some script here and run people through the Pine editor. So Pine is essentially a programming language that TradingView has created on their own side. It's not dissimilar to Python, as I mentioned before. So if you do have some experience trading and you have you have coded with Python, it might be something that you can use. So I'll just load this up now, just to give you an idea of how this will look, how you can implement it, and the type of strategy testing that you can do. Okay, I'm just going to load up Bitcoin here. I think it might be a little bit better if we load up some Bitcoin. Wonderful. Okay. Might go to a 6 month time frame. And a daily candle, one of my favorites. Perfect. Just going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, perfect. So I've actually loaded up something before. So I'm just going to, my apologies. I'm just going to open up my EMA crossover strategy here, something that I've coded up. Now, just another point here, if you don't know how to code or you're not experienced coder, you can come in here and you can go into something like ChatGPT. I think they only recently upgraded ChatGPT to GPT 4.0. And it would allow you to prompt, and it will prompt you based on different things that you want. So you can see that we've coded up something here. What I've done is loaded it up. You can also put the raw code up here, and just in this bottom corner, what you can do is close this console and you can add it to your chart. So I'm just going to add it to chart. So we'll just let that one load on, and you can see here that now it's actually loaded this system onto the chart, and it's going to be taking different buy and sell trades based on what I've popped in here. So this one is focused on an exponential moving average, and it's going to be taking different trades based off that average. That exponential moving average. So you can hear these are my sell and buy trades. I'm getting in and out of trades. Now the fantastic thing here is I can load it onto anything that I want. So in this instance, let's just remove this one here. In this instance, you can see that we've taken 72 trades. Our net profit is 14,000, so we're up 1.42%. Our percentage profitable is 20.83. We've got a profit factor of 1.23, which is good, and a max drawdown of 2.52. So some pretty strong results there. So it's not a bad code. And if I wanted to limit this and perhaps maybe take it a step forward, I could come into this Pine editor and say, okay, you know what? Instead of it being 1 and 1, what I want to do is make my buy threshold 1.05 and my sell threshold 0.95. What this is doing is just going a little bit deeper into that moving average and waiting for some pushes past those prices before I'm entering in those trades. So hopefully if I republish this, I'll probably see a lesser number in terms of how many trades were executed, but potentially some more profitability. So you can see that I've got that here, and I'll just update that on the chart. So that should rerun that. And if I come back into my strategy tester, you can see that it's drastically changed the numbers here. So we've got 26 trades as opposed to, I believe it was 72. Got a slightly higher profit factor there. Similar profit factor, max drawdown. So I've cut down my drawdown by almost 0.8% and an average trade here of positive trade of 489 USD. So really great there. So there's a lot that you can do with these Pine editors, these strategy testers, a fantastic feature. I really urge you to get amongst it, understand how they work. They're fantastic features that, we offer here. So that's one of the major ways that you can, create your own code and test, but you can also do bar replays. So I'm going to just add that one in here. I might load up something like the Euro USD for this example. Oops, make sure you click Forex when you're looking for these. Cool, we've got Euro dollar. We'll go back here and I'm going to run everyone through what I think is another fantastic feature, and it's the bar replay. So it was one of the things that I touched on before, this bar replay button. What does it mean and what can you do with it? So you can see here, I'm in a daily time frame, and we can see that, we've had a pretty choppy market. And what I might want to do is say, okay, based on my list of indicators, let's just say that I want to add in, an RSI. So I did mention I'd go through this top section here. So I'll just add in some of my favorites. So we'll go Bollinger Bands and a relative strength index, just keeping it super simple. And I might actually get rid of this EMA crossover. So that's how you add in your indicators. You just find them here. You can find them all. Then you can actually save indicator templates. Now, these saving of indicator templates is wonderful because it means when you're opening up a new chart or opening up a different layout, you can just instantly load up your indicators, which is great. And if you do want to save a layout, if you've got something customized, that layout is just the background, just what your candles look like, and then you can add in those indicator lists over the top of that. So I've just left it as default for now. I've got my favorite list. I've loaded that up. I'm good to go. All right, so now going to the bar replay. Let's just say, for example, I'm looking at, the Tuesday, the 3rd of October, 23. I'm going that far back. And what I'm going to do here is just skip a little bit past, a little bit forward, and I can see I've got my future events here, and I can choose to play. And what this play button will do, we'll start to replay the bars that come through. So I'm just going to press play just to give you an idea of how this looks. So you can see here, I'm replaying my bars. Now, let's just say, for example, I want to slow this down. I come in here and I can make this play at 3x, which is a little bit slower. So it gives me the time to react. Okay, that's perfect. It's hit the top of my Bollinger Band there. Maybe I wanted to place a sell, and I will show you how to do that. We'll just wait for another opportunity. So we can see here, it's a little bit sideways. All right, cool. I'm going to keep that playing. And, perhaps we're seeing it hit this bottom, and maybe we actually want to place a buy here. So I'm going to place a buy trade right here. I can see that it's hit that, it's come through, and maybe we expect that to pop back up a little bit further. So we'll let that play out. It may not. Great, cool. We've seen a bit of a pop up here. cool, we like that. It's a good move, and I'm going to sell here. What that sell does is actually nets off those positions. So when you're buying, you're closing that out as a sell. And you can see that as I've done that, I can see that I've got, I've made $5.27 here, only because I've got my position here as 1K, my quantity. If I change this to 100,000, that's a one lot trade. So we're talking a drastically larger number here. So I will show this just for the purposes of this. We'll keep this playing. Great. Excellent. We can see that we've got some more big movements here. And, I've seen it hit this bottom. Let's place another buy. Brilliant. Going to let that play through. And we can see we've taken a bit of a loss here. But let's see if we can withstand that. We can see a bit of a pop up. No, it doesn't look like it. Great. So it's all done. So we've got a win rate of 50%. We've lost $153 and our best trade was $5.27. So you get this data, and what you can do is really hone your skills here, really understand how your system works. Obviously, this is a much quicker version of that, but you can hone in here and really start to understand exactly how these bars, your indicators work in real time, or, based on some historical data that you have there. Fantastic. All right, we're coming to the end of it here. So I'll leave some time for some questions. Does anyone have any questions before we wrap this one up? Perfect. Can I get the recorded video after the meeting? Absolutely. We will release this on YouTube, our YouTube channel. I'm sure our marketing team will also be in contact with you to provide some information on the webinar. We'll most certainly provide those details. Any other questions there? Oh, yes. Fantastic. Thank you for prompting me there, James. Yes, we did mention something special. So there are a few special things that I want to get through. So I'll quickly skip through that here. I wanted to talk to you about our TradingView promotion. So yeah, this is the something special that I had in store for you all. This promotion will essentially, you do have TradingView free promotion, but this promotion is an exclusive promotion that I wanted to tell you about, before this webinar ended. It's not available to anyone or anywhere online. It's not on our website. So you'll be the first people to know, but essentially TradingView has 3 different offerings. We've got Essential, Plus, and Premium. So depending on the account that you're after, if you're after an Essential account, if you trade 2 lots, we'll pay for your Essential for you. If you're going through the Plus side of things, it's 6 lots and we'll pay that for you as well. And if you're going Premium, these are for our real institutional traders, our heavy hitters here. It's only 12 lots and we will pay for that for you. So to make sure you're eligible and to make sure that you can get access to this, please follow the steps here. Log into Fusion Markets, trade those 2 lots, check if you're eligible. That will be in your hub. So you can check that there. And as soon as you press that click button, that'll be checked and you should know within 24 hours, and we'll rebate that cash straight back into your account. And you can do this every single month. So you're never having to pay for TradingView. So something that we're super excited about. We also are coming into Fusion Markets' 5th birthday. And we've got something super special on that. There'll be the 31st of May. We'll be reducing commissions for all of our traders. There'll be a lot more coming on that. But please, I urge you to get in contact with your trading specialists, your account managers, our help team. They'll be sure to help you out and make sure that you're across all of these features here. Excellent. Wonderful. I believe that's it. I'll go through a couple more questions there, but I think that would be all. So I'll just answer those last questions. So if you're wanting to share PineScript, it's a really tricky one without revealing the source. You'll probably have to find a way to chat with I guess one of the team on our side there. I think it's a tricky one. I know people don't like to release their IP out, and you certainly you wouldn't want to do that. I think there might be some features in there for you to actually give people access, but without revealing the source. But one that I'll have to get back to you on, Hafizi. If you would please send through an email to our support team, we'll be sure to get back to you on that one and provide you some information. Best technical indicators. This is a really tricky question. There isn't any best indicator. I think that, it's just good to stick to the basics. I like RSIs. I like Bollinger Bands. I like pivot points. There are certainly a lot that you can do, but it just depends on what time frame you're looking at. So there's no one size fits all on that one. Can we share some profitable strategies? We do have some exciting news in the pipeline on that one. Fusion Markets will be releasing what we're calling Fusion Plus 2.0. We'll be releasing strategies, and clients can actually look at our network of traders to see which systems are profitable and choose to copy those if they want to. Excellent. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate everyone taking the time out today to be here. It means a lot. We're very excited about this promotion and this new integration, as I mentioned, and we're so happy to have all of our traders here. So thanks again, much appreciated. Please get in contact with us, and yeah, thanks again for joining our Fusion Markets webinar. Wishing you all the best and a lovely evening. Bye now.